So hello again, back again. We are back and walking down towards what can be described as it's a dead end really up here, but it leads down to a little sort of pond, sort of duck pond, mini sort of lake thing, which I never knew was there for years until I got this mutt and this dog, and ended up finding myself down here. So just have to watch. It's quite steep and quite slippery, yeah. And Amber always likes coming down here. She races on, and I don't think there's many people down here, so I can sort of relax for a bit. So yeah. This is sort of like at the far corner of Phil&Amber Park. It's quite, as I said, it's quite secluded. Very rarely get people coming down this way. Probably think it's not here, that's right, the same as me. I didn't think it was here for years. But she says she likes to come down here. She drinks the duck pond water. God knows what's in it. So, and I suppose I shouldn't really be saying this, but if you ever get caught short, you can go here. I've done it a few times myself. I'm not afraid to admit it. But, yep. So we'll go down this wee path here, and this always reminds me of Lord of the Rings and the Shelob's lair. I hope it isn't Shelob's lair, because I don't fancy running in there. But quite muddy here. So we're on our way down to this wee pond. And the rain's trying to stay off, but it's not succeeding. And there's the view of the wee path. As I say, I never really knew this was here until last year. And this comes out onto this wee idyllic little opening, and it's a wee muddy track down to this pond. I think somebody owns the land on the other side of the pond there, but I think this side is National Trust, or I don't know who owns it. But as you can say, there's like council signage here telling you all about what not to do. So you've got the red circle, sign here, no fishing. That red circle, some more useless information, is in health and safety terms it's called the GHS, the Global Harmonization System, or whatever it is. You've obviously seen them, the red triangles, the red circles with a line through it, or the blue circle, the yellow sort of triangles. That means that's prohibited. I'm not sure. The blue is, the yellow is warning. The blue is advisory, I think that's the way it goes, yeah. So the red is prohibited. I think red with a line through it means prohibited. We've got a life preserver, as Americans would say. Life preserver. So yeah, a few ducks out this morning, because as I say, it's a nice day for ducks. It's raining. So there. And very picture skew, as I said. And let's see, as I say, she gets a drink. Charming, lovely. I'm sure it's filled with everything. Pests and what's it? Car tax changes. Car tax changes, my goodness. Taxes. What's the saying? The only two certainties in life are taxes and death. So that's cheerful thought on a Saturday morning. Taxes and death. So There you go. And nice big open field there. There's some tires over in there. And them tires are for. I don't know what they use them for. They're very un-environmental. It's very quiet this morning. It's very, very quiet. Almost afraid to raise my own voice. It's like being in church or something. So the only drawback coming down to this wee part of the walk is you gotta climb up it. Gotta climb back up. It's nothing to Amber. She's used to it, not me. So I think the hardest part of making these little walking vlogs is finding something to say. Some mornings I've loads of thoughts. This morning for some reason I don't. So let's just go up this way. She's carrying her stick. That's one thing about the Dutch Shepherds. They always seem to have a job. They want a job to do all the time. So you have to take them with you everywhere you go. Going to pick up Johnny in the car has to come with you. Taking out the bin has to come with you. It's a job. So again, I don't know what's happened here. This must be other land. Somebody owns that land. They broke down the door to get into it. I don't know. Somebody's lost their key. Couldn't get in. Maybe they just lost their key and they couldn't get in, so they just take drastic measures. So we head back up this way. Bit of a frog in my throat this morning. And a nosebleed last night for some reason. I don't know why, just nosebleed. I think maybe the wife punched me in my sleep, maybe, as that was. And caused me my nose to bleed. Wouldn't be the first time she's done that, but anyway. So we head back up this way, round to the car park. And not too many people this morning. We've passed about 2 or 3. But she's been behaving herself, so to say, this was quite a wee quiet and serene part. We'd stand here for a bit, get some peace and quiet. So yeah, watched that adolescence thing on Netflix in bed last night. Just sort of tuned into it. I heard some people talking about this movie, Adolescence, with this guy Stephen Graham. I'm not a big fan of Stephen Graham. It's just something about him. I suppose that's the testimony of a good actor. You know, there's something about him I just don't like. All the roles he's played, been boof. You know, like This Is England, where he played the skinhead. I'm always reminded of that. He was a nasty bit of work in that, so to say that's usually the testament of a good actor. So I watched a bit of it, and yeah, I was hooked in straight away. So I didn't realise it was a series. I thought it was just a movie. But yeah, hooked in. Quite harrowing. And unfortunately, it's quite topical. I'm afraid there's youngsters getting stabbed to death left, right and centre in the UK over nothing. Over just the way somebody maybe looked at them, or, you know. I don't think violence is a new thing between, well, humans. Like, you know, it's in their nature to be nasty to each other. But yeah, that was quite harrowing to watch. I'll not tell you the storyline, but what happens. But yeah, riveting. So it's kind of went on to the second series, and it deals more with the kids, the school kids, and yeah, not as gripping. So if I get a chance this morning, I'll maybe watch the second hand. But your man Stephen Graham, I think it's Stephen Graham, that's his name. He played the skinhead in This Is England, as I said, and he was also in that thing with Sharpie, what's his name? Played the guy, prison officer. It's the latest thing I've seen him in. He was in The Irishman too. That scene with Al Pacino playing Jimmy Hoffa, where he says, "You're late." It's great, it's a great scene. You're late. 15 minutes. 15 minutes is saying something, he says. He won't let it go that this guy, this hood, this mafia boss was late. It's quite a good scene if you ever watch The Irishman. It's quite a good scene. Again, actors at their art, you know, it's but yeah, that was one of the standout scenes. You're late. Use people. So Stephen Graham, trying to think of what else he's in. Alright, does the really strong, thick Liverpudlian accent. Weak. Alright. Calm down. Yeah. That and maybe the Belfast accent, the one I'm using now, and Londonderry accent, probably the worst accents I've ever heard. That's not to say that they're bad, necessarily bad people. I'm probably a better person for liking their accent, but there you have it. There's, in my opinion, they're the worst sounding accents I've ever heard. My own accent, Londonderry or Derry, and the Scousers. Probably my favourite one is Geordie's. Geordie's is great. Geordie accent. Scottish. Maybe not Welsh. Geordie's and Scottish. Best accents. Anyhow, I'm dribbling on here. I'm sure if anyone's watching this and they're still awake, coming nearly to the end, she sees something here up the tree. She's doing her pointy thing. She goes all pointy. Here she sees a pigeon soup. Oh, nah, she's too slow. Too slow. So, as I say, this walk's a wee bit demanding places. It's quite pulls the lungs out of you. But this would be like a medium to her, like a small medium. She would need 2, 3, 4 laps of this before she would be satisfied. So I'm hoping the camera works slightly better. As I say, I've got this widget that I got years ago. I found in the old house. So I'm sure it's quite strange. Someone seeing me walking around with this wand thing, a phone on the end of it, but here you are. This has all changed. This used to be trees and what have you. And where that earth is disturbed, it used to be a tree stump, believe it or not. And again, that was on its side. So this was ripped out of the ground. This whole area used to have a tree in it. It ripped out of the ground, and men have come and chopped up all the tree, and so all this will return to the earth. It'll be food to worms and bugs and bacteria, and all broken down and returned and recycled. I don't know where she's gone. She's disappeared somewhere. She's away left on her own. There used to be a time when I'd have been panicking right now because God knows what she was doing, who she was attacking. But now, I'm a lot calmer. And I think, I actually think that transfers to the dog. Some people say the dog hampers and all would tell you that, like your behaviour, your attitude, your approach goes down the lead to the dog. I don't know whether there's anything in it. But I think once you get to the stage where you forget you've got a dog with you, that's the ideal scenario, where you don't have to worry about who she's attacking. So we're sort of there. I still wouldn't trust her with my life though. So she's gone in there somewhere. There's a couple of squirrel traps. I think I'll go up actually and see if there's anything in it. So a couple of traps that they use to catch squirrels in. Let's see if I can find it. Again, here as you see where this tree's been just broken like a twig. Look at that. Just snapped like a twig. There she is. Snapped off like a twig, like. Just. So yeah, with a couple in there, with a couple of squirrel chops in here. So we've one there. There's actually a trail camera up there, which is kind of creepy. And a few chops there. Nothing in them today. Yep, we usually drive Amber nuts. She tries to pull the trap off the tree, and I literally have to lift her and carry her away. Down round the corner. The minute I put her down, she runs back. But I run into some woman walking through the trees one day up towards it. Don't get the wrong idea. But she was walking up towards the traps to check them. And I asked her, I said, what do you do with the squirrels, Will you study them or something? Or no, she just says we'll put them in the compost. So kill them. You just kill them and put them in the compost. Or I think it's because they're an invasive species and they're trying to get rid of them. They need more than 2 traps, let me tell you. The amount of squirrels is baiting around here. So there you go. That's what they do. I didn't stay to watch her wring its neck or anything. So. But yeah, that's what she was doing, going to the traps to kill the squirrels. So here we have evidence of more destruction from the storm here. So you see what I mean by the roots. The roots weren't actually that far into the ground, so maybe that's why. So easily toppled over. You'd think there'd be deeper roots than that. But yeah, it must have been a pretty dead tree. So unless it's a tree herder. Lord of the Rings, is it Lord of the Rings or the tower? The 2 towers that tree herders getting up. Maybe they've had a few drinks last night and they're still recovering, the tree herder. So yeah, here with tracks, like, used to have a wheel track vehicle up here, not mad. It'd fit up this wee track. You know, like a tank track, class. Must have just come up here to fill in some of those holes. How did they get a tracked vehicle up here? I have no idea. There's more evidence of the track. Doing the old Ray Mears thing here. And they've just cut through this tree to get the path back. Class. So yeah, they've just... That wouldn't have been a dead tree. That's great. There's more evidence of where it's been snapped off. Crazy. Crazy storm. Must be because this is on a hillside and there's no shelter from the wind was probably strongest here. So again, that tree's been wrecked. Yeah, there's tracked vehicles come up here. Or she sees something. Sees a way. Uphill. After something. So we'll go up these steps and that'll probably be me today. I've rambled on. Rambled on long enough. So I think I'll pick it up tomorrow. And I shall say adios muchachos. Hasta luego.